Hello, shark wrists. Geico Ben. My name's Hysterical Talking with People. And welcome to Livestream, the Nano-Zeitgeist. What does that mean? Well, it means you've arrived, friends. You've arrived in the location where the new zeitgeist begins in its nano form. The zeitgeist of 40 people or so. That's not the new Nano-Zeitgeist, Matthew Alistair. He says go fuck yourselves. Oh, that's okay then. Matthew, you know alcohol is a productivity killer. All that energy you direct into alcohol could be directed into making a video with me instead. But no, you want to use alcohol to solve all of your problems. Well, great, fine, be that way. Make me jealous. What's going on here? Well, we're talking about the Nano-Zeitgeist. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the Zeitgeist. The Zeitgeist, of course, is the main sort of vibe of the era, you know. But this is the Nano-Zeitgeist, which means it's the main vibe of something very, very small. And but you know what? That Nano-Zeitgeist is like a grain amber drasher arriving with thunder. Greetings to you too, Amber Drasher. Let me just say thank you very much, and let me also make sure that you get your fair share of the weed. I'll transubstantiate a bong rip in just a minute, as soon as Juan Pablo back there is done. Oh, can't really. It's good news. Jeebus is finally here. Jeebus is here. I was worried. You were worried. We were talking about it. We were playing patty cake, which calms us down when we're worried. And what happened? Jeebus finally arrived. Matthew, very small, your penis? No. My zeitgeist. My zeitgeist, Matthew. Okay? I've got the smallest of the zeitgeists. I left the appearing out in for this? When did you turn into a New York Jew, Matthew? Amber's got super chats for days. Amber is she is a, what do they call that? Like, you know, like at a symphony or whatever, you got what is that? You know, you got those sort of levels of important people. She's right at the very top level, like the Grand Founders Circle or something like that. So speaking of symphony, I'm going to symphony on Saturday night. Oh, right. Yeah. I was thinking what might be fun actually would be to have a contest, not a contest, but like have a announcement that says, if you would like to go to the symphony and use one of these tickets, to contact us. If you're a girl, you can go with Kimberly. If you're a dude, you can go with me. That'd be funny. But I don't think Kimberly would really be down to be the one who. I'd be totally adventurous for that, but I'm not sure Kimberly would.
For what?
If I said, instead of us both going to the symphony on Saturday, if I said, I have an idea. Somebody who lives in LA, if you'd like to go with one of us, if you're a dude and you want to go, you'll go with me. If you're a chick and you want to go, you'll go with Kimberly.
Or if it's a girl or a guy and they want to go with you, that's fine with me too.
Okay, that'd be fine. Yeah, that'd be fine. So, I think that'd be fun, and we make a video or whatever.
You have to dress up nice.
Yeah, it's a symphony. You know, it's the LA Philharmonic. But you have to live in the general Los Angeles area or close enough. Okay. I feel so guilty. You should feel guilty, Matthew. Guilt is to you like nectar to a hummingbird. Amber Drasher, it's bung ribbon time indeed. Would you prefer the purple rain, maybe honor Prince a little bit, or the Elmer's glue, perhaps honor adhesion?
Rain. Purple Purple rain.
Yeah,
Purple
don't
rain.
let Amber choose her weed, Kim. Don't pressure her. No peer pressure. Let her choose what she thinks she'd like to smoke. Okay?
Okay.
I should bleach my hair, but if I did, then I'd be a girl. When Doves Cry is not one of the strains of weed I have. I'm sorry. Purple Rain it is. Okay. It's not particularly purple for the name, I gotta tell you. It's called Purple Rain, but it's not very purple. In fact, it's really not purple at all. But regardless of that, maybe the THC is purple. So can't really see the purpleness of it, but somehow you can feel it in your lungs. It's a purple feel. You tell me when I've done smoking this one, Amber Dratcher, I've transubstantiated it for you. Please let me know what color it tasted like with your lungs. Okay? I transubstantiate thee.
You're so weird. Wow, Amber.
My lungs brought their A game on that one, Amber. They brought their A game. I can't feel it, of course, because it gets transmitted into your head, but I bet that was a bell ringer. Okay, let's see. Jeebus wants to change his name to Whiz Sauce. Whiz Sauce wants to change his name to My Barcode. My Barcode wants to change his name to Jeebus, and Jeebus wants to change his name to Whiz Sauce. Maybe it gives a purple haze. My experience with it is it's good weed. I like it a lot.
You have a little bit of a lilac-y face to your face.
I've got some lilac in me. Well, some generations back, one of my relatives was crossbred with a lilac. That's what happened. Weed makes me horny. I've got to quit. My arm is tired. That's pretty funny.
Is that Matthew?
No, that's Brittany. Weed makes you think about all my mistakes. Oh, you get self-conscious-y on it. That happens when people are not super heads. It's not just a tolerance to the substance. One is like keep a regular level of THC in your blood, in which case it doesn't ever really get you high like it does when you don't smoke it at all. And I mean, it does get you something, but not really high like that. So what was the color, Amber? Nikki is not a color, I'm pretty sure. Maybe it is. Is it like a shade of tan?
No, Dirty Nikki's pretty hot pink and fuchsia.
Eric is lilac orchid sunflower juice. That's my paint color at Home Depot. Yeah. Brittany is in the house. Kim needs to pet Eric's beard and say, "Sorry for every time I ever doubted you, Daddy." You could be my therapist now, Matthew. That's good therapy too. Planet Ketchup, watch out. Matthew's pushing hard. Just kidding.
He's giving me ideas, Becky. He's giving me ideas.
Now, okay, Brittany, that's actually I mean, I wouldn't ever do it, but that's actually a pretty good idea. Getting a big cholo lettered daddy across my chest is a pretty good idea.
Someone that could make you one.
Miss Kimberly gets it correct. Hot pink is my signature color. So at Home Depot, if you get the Amber Drasher line of paint, they're all shades of hot pink. Matthew wants to woo you. Do me a solid and deny. Matthew wants to woo you? Yeah, he does. But he can't woo. He can't woo Becky because Becky's already been wooed by a fella with whom she's going steady. So, Matthew, you get no Becky, you get no Zandy. You're just gonna have to live with that. Maybe I don't know who else is around. We'll find something for you. Brittany, maybe. You know. Who else we got around here right now? Amber Drasher, I think you're married, right? Or Sheila's married. You can't get on her. 17X asks, Eric, do you block people's comments? Never. Well, not never. That's not true. Not never. I will block like hate speech. What people call hate speech. You know, like shit that's I'm gonna say words that dehumanize people in this group. No, I won't. I'll delete that shit.
Comments that are unnecessary.
Well, no, that's not my criterion at all.
Well, don't you think hate speech is unnecessary?
But that's not why I delete it.
Why do you delete it?
Because I think it's primarily for teleological reasons. Because
I'm glad you do, by the way.
Because for me, I just look at it and sort of roll my eyes. I understand that other people have a stronger response to it, and so because it provides no valuable discourse, and because it actually is inherently diseased discourse, in that it's trying to commit ontological, violence on people by reducing the members of their group. So I'm not gonna. There's no reason for me to tolerate it. It's not like I'm not doing a good job of holding free expression when I don't delete hate speech. And the reason is because free expression means that the government ought not be subjected to threat or violence or punishment for your expression. It doesn't mean I ought to tolerate all expression in a form where I have control over it. And that's the kind of expression I don't tolerate. And simply because it does me no good at all, and they're not using their right to free expression in a way I respect at all. So whatever. However, I won't delete anything that's like, if you're talking about comments that are critical of me, comments that are challenging of me, as long as it's directed all at me, I won't ever delete that shit. If it starts getting directed at Kimberly, I'll delete some of it. I mean, basically I'll delete anything that's negative about Kimberly in a way that I think is an attack. But that's not because I want to be all sensory or whatever. It's because I want to protect Kimberly. And so that's what I do. You can critique me and my ideas all you want, and I will never delete those comments. You can beat me in a debate in the comments or any other place, and the record of that defeat of mine will stand forever. Believe me. I will not delete that shit. I will not whitewash anything. I respect the purity and the integrity of fair discursive environment. So absolutely not will I delete shit because I don't agree with it, because I don't like it, anything like that. Just very limited classes of things that I'll delete that are directly attacky, add nothing, pervert discourse for some. Then yeah, that was okay.
What a sweet fiance.
Thanks, baby. Let's see here. Tired. Yeah. Okay. What happened here? She don't even like ketchup on a hot dog. Is that true? Who? Becky, is it true that you don't like ketchup on your hot dog? It all started with a bit of hooky at work. You can respect that, Matthew? Now I'm starting to question you too. Everyone has to like ketchup on a hot dog or else I'm mad at them. C++ size dick. Do you block people in their comments too? No. Not unless, I mean, I'm not unwilling to, but as a general rule, no. But it wouldn't be because somebody like is attacking me or got the better of me, ever. I'm just recently divorced after 25 years. How rough was that, Amber? Did it tear you up? Are you still working through it? Is it was it heart wrenching, or was it freeing, or both, or how caught up are you in the grieving process? 'Cause I know there's definitely a grieving process with divorce, you know. I forgot I have a body sometimes. I want to talk about SE and SI a bit in a second, but let me get down to the end of this thing. She looks like the girlfriend of one of the rap guys in the music business. Who, my mom? That's weird for you to say, Becky. Don't delete the comments that are unnecessary. That would put me out of business. Yeah, that would. Necessariness is not a. Hey, I'm not critiquing you, baby, at all. It's a fine thing to throw out there. Totally cool to throw that out there, and it's certainly a possibility.
Well,
so,
I believe that it is unnecessary hate crime.
Oh yeah, I mean, no, hate speech is unnecessary. You're totally right that it's unnecessary. I'm just saying that its unnecessariness is not why I delete it.
Yeah.
I feel my whiz snos can save lives. Well, maybe you should ship it to Africa then. That's where you send charity in all the archetypes. It's not even that Kimberly needs protecting on it. She can handle it, but it's unnecessary negativity, not about anything important. Well, she can handle it, but it's much more of a strain on her than it is on me. She doesn't necessarily. She doesn't like seeing negative feedback, negative comments. So she used to get all the comment updates on her phone like I do, but I took that. I made it so I don't do that anymore, because every time I get like somebody challenging one of my videos or challenging something I said or being a dick or whatever, she'd come out and wring her hands about it at me, and I'm just like, what the? Who fucking cares, Kim? So this moron's spouting off some shit. I don't give a fuck. But she'd be like, but what if everybody perceives it that way? And I'm just like, it's not like that. So anyway, it's just she's better not.
More fret than I need in a day.
Right. It's more stress on her than she needs. Okay. We need some Red playing the piano. Red playing the piano would be a nice addition to this scene, to this vignette.
However, Red is kind of.
I think she's in bed right now, isn't she?
Yeah, Red's in bed, but I don't know if she plays the piano anymore. She's not so musical these days.
They may call the ISFJ the protector type, but I wouldn't necessarily call Kimberly a protector in terms of her behavior. Well, she is a protector for sure of the animals. That's true for sure. She doesn't really have, I guess, like children to protect. So, well, we both protect each other, hopefully. In a healthy relationship, I think both people actively protect each other.
Like a protector in the sense that, like, if we were to ever get stranded in the car, I probably would have a change of clothes for each one of us. There would be items in there that, like...
Mm-hmm.
There would be
the mother. She's more like the mother.
Carry a diaper bag with us.
The thing is about that inventor word. That's a terrible word for EHV. I am not an inventor in any sense of the word. It doesn't mean I'm not a creator. I'm not. Maybe I originate ideational stuff, but inventor suggests that I'm tinkering in my garage, making,
gay ass wagons.
I know invention.
I know.
That's a wagon, Eric.
What the hell is that? It's 12 feet long.
I know. I just invented it. You didn't invent the wagon, Eric. Yeah, I did. Look, I put these sticks here. I glued them together. It's the whole thing.
See them down the sidewalk.
Do we ever post that video? Where is that? I want that. Find that video of Wagon 1.0. I made this big ass wagon. It had too long of a distance between the front wheels and the back wheels. And even though I had made it reinforced and stuff, I decided on its maiden voyage, instead of just like putting a couple things and driving down the sidewalk, I decided on its maiden voyage, I was going to fill it all the way up, like show how much I could carry in the thing, right? And I started pulling it and went crap and broke. That was Wagon 1.0. Wagon 3.0, which is coming up, it's going to be great. I mean, it's going to be the future of wagons, let me tell you.
Can't wait.
The future of wagons.
Women, watch your shutters, watch your spare doors, and all those vintage windows you've put on the side of your house because Eric's coming.
My video is grainy. Okay. Does that mean that it's covered in grain? Eric's internet is balls. Will you stop bullying my internet with sauce? Snoss. I mean, packet. My packet is Parmesan cheese. With sauce, seriously, heroin? Don't do heroin. Hey, everybody, I've got some good advice for you. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're saying, whatever you're thinking, whatever you're doing. Don't do heroin and don't do opiates. Don't do opioids. Okay? Don't do those drugs. You shouldn't do those drugs. And the reason is because they're bad drugs. Okay? Don't do them. Also, no PCP, no crack. Don't do crack, it's a ghetto drug. My ketchup packet. My ketchup packet. Is that how my friend calls you, Becky? My little ketchup packet? Is a good name for having a million different, some of them. Like, she won't let me call her Burley, for example. She won't let me call her Kim. She doesn't like me to call her Kim when other people are around. I'm supposed to call her Kimberly because she wants other people to call her. She wants people in general to call her Kimberly, right? So I don't get to use my full range of nicknames that I might normally, do. So, ketchup knows she loves me, and I know that I love ketchup. Ketchup's a funny word. 17X message retracted. I didn't block your message, 17X. You returned me and blocked your message. Wait, what's a gay ass wagon? The wagon? No, Brittany, that's not the case. Now let me see here. I think I'm missing out on some exciting stuff down below. Charles Bukowski depresses me immensely. Stop reading him right now. Look, you have a choice. Go on antidepressants or stop reading Charles Bukowski. Choose the latter. What's going on, guys? It's me, Gina M, y'all. ISFJ in his ass. Well, hi, Gina. You kind of talk a little differently than the last time we spoke. What caused your voice to change like that? No, I'm an ISFJ. This is how I talk. Oh, cool. Watch your shutters. Heroin is balls. Yeah, don't do heroin. Don't do opioids. Don't do opiates. Don't do crack, and don't do PCP. He does when I have my period. He does what? He calls you. That's gross. That's gross, Becky. I had to work backwards to my question. Which is very dissociative. So I think I have some sense of what dissociative means. But I hated it. I couldn't stand it at all. Why does she want to make other people have to use extra syllables? Who's she? Who is she? What's going on, guys? And then why does she want to make other people who have to use extra syllables? Who's she? Oh, Kimberly. I know. Now I remember. I had to work my way back to the question. I don't know. She prefers the name Kimberly. She doesn't want to make other people use extra syllables. It's not she chooses the name she prefers in order to maximize total syllable usage. Rather, she actually prefers the name Kimberly, which makes sense because she's got a one syllable last name. You don't want, yeah. That's not a good name. When is your Sonic the Hedgehog movie trailer reaction video going up? Good question, Sean. I'm going to say 2084. That's when it's going up. I'm not sure about the blue hair, but Matthew, nobody asked you about your level of certainty regarding the blueness of anyone's hair. Okay? I mean, I hate the manscaping that you've done with your pubes, but you don't hear me talking shit about it. Yes, a heart-shaped pubes look gay. Yeah, they do. Don't shave your pubes into the shape of heart. When we're naked together, that makes me feel like I'm with a gay man. What I've heard of Bukowski, if anything, cheers me up. Bukowski depresses me too because he's an alcoholic. Alcoholics depress me because I feel sad for them and I know what it's like. INFPs get the most pussy, y'all. Really? I like that. Your impression of me sounds like Tally. You do sound a little bit like Tally, Gina, now that you mention it. Want to get high? Don't do heroin. That's a bit judgmental, isn't it? No. To be judgmental, I would say, if you did heroin, you're bad. Instead, it's prescriptive. Or from a legal perspective, proscriptive. Interesting, huh? Interesting. Those words mean the same thing if the agent's different. Hello once again, philosophical thinker. How are you tonight? Sean Tiberius Manana. Your internet is insufficient and therefore gay. No. My internet is insufficient at the moment. Other times it's sufficient. That means it's transgenerational, like me. She is you and I am she. Thank you, Angantir, for we now understand. Be My loves me so much, she'll make her hair go normal for me. Really? Becky, is that true? Becky, do you love Matthew so much you're going to make your hair go normal for him? Eric, I like your words and I like you. So for your own dignity and reputation, I'm going to stay silent and act like nothing happened. But anyways, you should make a Discord server, lol. Okay, so this comment is designed to suggest that something did happen. You're not remaining silent about anything because the whole purpose of the comment is to draw attention to the fact that something happened. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. If you would like to tell me what you think happened, go ahead. Guys, it's called identity. Call me by my government and we will have a problem. Sean Tiberius Mononoke, not judgmental, just sharing a bit of advice that will save your important life because you're better than that. I mean, it's a waste of your life. It's a waste of your life to do some kind of drugs that prevent you from doing other things. I'm here. Oops, jumped it down now. Now, Sean. Don't get all trolly. So 2084, that's 65 years from now. Correct. That's when it'll come out. Education was the new god and educated men the new plantation masters. It's a good quote from Bukowski. My pubes haven't been properly manscaped. I'll be the judge of that. Okay. I know they were properly manscaped. They were improperly aesthetically chosen, is the thing. You made the wrong choice in terms of the shape. The person who did the shaping did an excellent job. But the problem is you chose a heart. I need you to stop making me feel so gay. Vigorous? No. Monique Angel? Well, maybe masturbate less often then. It was Valentine's Day, though. Hearts were in for manscaping. He's such a trend follower, you know? If everybody else jumps off a heart-shaped pube bridge, would you, Matthew? 1,000 little fibers. Yeah, that's his book, huh? There's no need to be rude. In fact, I'm quite insulted by your hateful comments. He's just trolling. Do we have a topic, or are we just talking? The topic is, you will find out what the topic is when all these various threads finally come together and a complete picture is painted at the end of the live stream. You'll be amazed by the complexity of the narrative weave. You'll be flabbergasted by it. Want to get high? Is this part of the world you can just say what's on your mind? In this part of the world, yes, that's true. You can and should. Can and should. Good people do heroin because it's the only way of escaping the people who say dumb shit like, Sean, God damn it. I'm about to make somebody other than you a moderator of this chat so they can moderate your ass, Sean. I don't have any moderators. Never needed any moderators before. I don't want any moderators. I only just fucking, you know, if you start annoying me too much, I'll put you on timeout or whatever. Is that for real, or are you joking me? It's what for real? I'm not sure. I have no idea what you're referencing at this moment, but I'm 90% chance it's not for real, and I am joking. That's like 90% of the things I say. Yeah, I don't know what's up with all the heroin lovers and hater comments. I don't know either. All right, now you're that's it, Sean. You're on timeout. Sean got himself put on timeout. Kim trims pubes too, but she said she wouldn't trim mine. I don't know why. Well, because I didn't want her to get crabs on her hand, and you are infested with crabs. Thank you, Hambone. I second that. I'll leave off the you scum, but on that notion. No, nothing happened. Don't worry. I'm also a computer programmer, by the way. I understand how YouTube software works. Just random fun fact. Okay, I don't even know what you're referring to, so. Mod me. Yeah, you could be a moderator, but I don't really want any moderators. But yeah, I mean, what do we need moderators for exactly? I got to think about it. I don't want to be impulsive about it. I haven't put any thought into the moderators yet. So I don't know if I want any. I don't think I need any because I can moderate it myself because all I'm doing is interacting with the chat. See, normally people have moderators because they're talking randomly and the people in the chat are talking randomly and they're not talking to each other. But since all I'm doing is going down the chat and reading shit and then responding to it, I don't really need a moderator. I just moderate myself. Although it might be late, like it was in that instance. Time in these live streams, somebody asking somebody else in the live stream a question, somebody asking me, I answer it. Oh, you're not talking to me, are you? Okay. Can you tell me how to tag people and then I'll answer your cue? I think that's not directed to me. Mods are lame. The only live stream I really go on, except for my own, is Boo Cookies, and I've never been moderated. I don't think so. It was fine. I didn't even know. I had to ask when I went on there when I was like, why does that person have that thing next to them? What is that? Thank you, Amber. Thank you for getting me back on task. I am. It's just unconscious SE. I just cannot seem to stay on task. After I smoke a couple bong rips, I just sort of set it down. I forget what I'm doing, and then I don't smoke more bong rips. You need to put in a good solid session of bong rips. Just hit that shit. Just boom, boom, boom. And while others stand around, eyes a goggle at your vastness, you blow it out and say, God's little lungs got nothing on me. Okay? Your little lungs is too small to hotbox with God, but God's little lungs, they ain't got nothing on me. Hello. Here we go. Bong rips. This is going to be an instructional bong rip, okay? So, how to smoke a bong rip. First, pack the bowl with weed. Break it up a little bit. Depends on how patient you are. The more patient you are, the more break it up. I'll get to your question, Monique. How much diddle is too much diddle? Is that your question? Hold on. I'll get back to that one. All right. So, first, pack the bowl with weed. Then, you're going to put this part against your lips, like so. Blow out all your air first. Like that. Light it. You're daily through the mouth, not the nose. When you lift it off like that at the end, it carves it to get the air coming, pull the rest of it through. All right. This one transubstantiates to Matthew. Okay. Is that your question I'm not addressing, Monique Angel? How much diddle is too much diddle? When the diddle won't do much good? How much diddle is too much diddle when the diddle won't do much good? It's a good question, Monique Angel, but is that the one you want me to answer? 4. 4 is the right answer. Zandy. I'm going to tell a story about Zandy. Once upon a time, Zandy sent me and Kimberly 2 champagne flutes, one of which was supposed to say, I love you. However, we received instead 2 champagne flutes, both of which said, me too. Now, I thought, well, who cares about that? I don't really care about these glasses anyway. I like the fact that Zandy sent them to us, but it turned out that Kimberly really liked them and really wanted the proper glasses. So today I went to Anthropology, said that they want to replace one of them. I want you to take one of my Me Too glasses and give me one I love you glass. So what they did is they wouldn't do that. So the lady said, okay, well, listen, this is what I have to do. First, do you know the email address of the person who bought it for you? So I gave her that. And then she looked it up and she said, okay, I'm going to put the amount onto a gift card. And then I'm going to use the gift card to order it online for you and have it shipped to your house. So anyway, I went into that store and that's what I did with that lady there. And then it turns out that not only are they shipping it to my house, the fixed problem, but I got a cash refund as well of $1.62 or something like that. So Zandy, I went and returned your gift, ordered a new one, and got a better price than you did. So I saved $1.60. So, hopefully you can take away from that you could be a little bit of a better shopper next time. Wait for those things to go on sale. Okay? That's the takeaway from this. Anyway, Kimberly told me Kimberly didn't want me to tell Zandy that we had done that because Kimberly thought that would make Zandy think that we didn't like her present or something like that. I said, Kimberly, that's so silly. That is just the silliest thing ever. Yeah, so I just pocketed that money, Zandy. I just pocketed that. Okay. That $1.62 or where out what happened. I use an alternate web browser and YouTube security features blocked the comment because of that. My fault. I will recomment and explain my point last live stream. Oh, cool. All right, well, good to know. Sandy, it's all good, baby girl. Still thoughtful and sweet. You're beautiful and gorgeous. Air hugs. It was very thoughtful and sweet, Sandy. I'm just having fun with the whole turning story. I went there with my mom. It was actually quite hilarious because I was talking to the lady, I was giving her information, yada yada, and there was a pause. My mom walked in there with me, and she was standing there the whole time. She didn't say a single thing, right? And so the lady's like, okay, there's a pause. My mom said, "Everyone is dead." And the lady looked up, and I'm like,
why did you lock the other panels?
what are you talking about?
The front door was locked.
I didn't lock it. I never lock it. Everyone but me locks it. Is Delilah gone?
No.
Well, she must have realized nobody else is in the house, so she locks the doors. Where did you go?
I need to go see my son's place, remember?
Oh, right, yeah.
You're such a dick.
Me? What?
I said he was such a dick.
Oh.
I didn't get to see him.
What do you mean he was a dick? What happened?
Well, he wasn't there. So I called him up and I said, call him. They said, where are you at? I said, I told you I was going to stop by after I went to the Strauss's house. He's like, you told me 6:30. And I said, I never told you 6:30 because we don't ever get done at 6:30. I said, and if we did, it would be a rarity.
Where are my cigarettes, though?
I don't know. Do you want to hear my story? So then he made it sound like as if I was imposing on him for being at his house. He's like, well, I'm not there. Like, okay, butthole.
Okay, well, he just didn't really feel like it at that moment. Hold on, everybody. I'm going to turn this up, these mics slowly. If you're on headphones, turn your headphones down a little bit because the mics are going to get louder.
Why?
Because I had them turned down when I should have had them turned up higher. Because for the same reason, I'm always asked this fucking question. By not just you, by everybody. Like, they want me to explain why I have these audio issues. It's complicated. It's like, there's a lot of things you can do.
Goodness.
Can you talk to the people, please?
Hi. I'm hiding back here. Is that a train? Where? Oh, yes. In the background, yes. Hi, Jen, the INFP. Hi, Joey Joe. Hi, Becky. Hi, Matthew. Thank you, Amber. Hi, Sheila.
Sorry, everybody, for the delay there. I
Was locked out of the house.
I've looked at the house, and then I got frustrated, so I went and I yelled at Delilah, and then she pointed out that she had a good reason, so I had to say, okay, you win the point. Because, like, don't lock the fucking door. It's frustrating. And then she's like, but you guys weren't even here. And I said, I was here the whole time. You must have locked it since I've been home. And I explained why. And she said, okay, but I had a good reason because when I went outside, the mini was gone. So I assumed you guys were gone. So I said, oh, that's right. Kim took the car to go. Okay, fine. Fine. You win the point. I can't really say don't lock the house when I'm not home. That would be unreasonable of me. Even though I think it's silly for her to think she's in danger or something, you know. Uh-oh. Vandy. Matthew's bringing out his panty dropping game. Better watch out. Let's see, I must have missed a lot of chats. Okay. I'm going to try to go fast to catch up. Your mother is adorable. She gave life to host Eric. God bless her. God bless her indeed. She's a wonderful lady. I feel a great fondness for her every time I hang out with her, even though I mean, I kind of enjoy the weirdness. It's just constant, nonstop weirdness.
Oh.
My mom.
Oh.
You know, Kim laughs a lot at what my mom does too.
It's entertaining.
How come every time I walk in, Matthew disappears? He's the same reason that the boy in school pulls your hair.
Who's that?
Matthew. I need weed, says Skylar Bahagat. I feel you, dog. I feel you. I've been there. The needing of weed is a need that needs to be fulfilled. Do you have any resin? Do you have any bongs you can scrape? Hi, Kimberly, says Joey. Angel, a mister? A mister. You mean the things that keep you cool in the summer? Are you still there? I'm still here. Colon, oh, I need very specific weed. Monique Angel, I'm all about joining the circle. Yeah, I'm here. Michael Thompson says, yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm square. I'm in a jar.
Hello, Sandy.
Hi, Kimberly, says Plum Ketchup.
So tell Sandy about your little trip to
I did.
anthropology with your mom.
You missed it. I already told them. Kimberly, is that a train in the background? Yes, probably.
Yeah, it was a train. It was the train in the background.
It was the train that goes near our house.
A train in your background. But they said in the background.
Chaotically minimal. Hi, Kimberly.
Hello.
Zandy, I'm back, baby, says Matthew. Don't worry. She was worried. All cute and Heidi. Ten of spades, jack of clubs, queen of diamonds, king of spades. Open-ended straight with possibly, I mean, yeah, I call that. That's a good question. I'm glad I didn't skip it over. I tend to skip over stuff that looks like it's mostly just pictures. I mean, assuming you're saying those are the cards you have. I mean, you have to see what else. I don't know. Is this for Hold'em? Like, if you're saying that's what you got before the river card or something, then yeah, I'd call that.
Okay, so I wanted to say to Zandy, not to be sorry at all. I wanted you to go shopping in there because it's such a lovely store, and I'd love for you to shop for me in there more often.
Kimberly, don't say that.
More acquainted.
Oh my goodness! No, I mean the thing is, Zandy.
Not her, you.
Okay.
I said because
yeah, that's true. Yeah, we talked about this actually yesterday, Zandy.
So please clarify. I wasn't saying her. I was saying.
Okay. Yeah, she wasn't saying you, Zandy. She's saying me.
I want you to become more acquainted.
And we did talk about this yesterday because I was I was surprised that she wanted to change the glass out. Like to me, the glasses are just as cool to me twos as with the right way or whatever, because all of their coolness, as far as I'm concerned, is tied into the fact that Zandy mailed them to us. That makes them cool and nothing else. But Kimberly actually likes the glasses
Wants to use
and wants to use them and thinks they're cool glasses for their own merits. Now I don't really pay attention to things like glasses very much. They're drinking glasses, you know.
They're from anthropology.
Right. Earlier today, I said when I was telling Kimberly the schedule, I called it Abercrombie and Fitch. And she corrected me. Okay, so here. Sing something, Kim. Something, Kim. Did you all talk with Becky earlier? Not today. Hi, girl. Hi.
Hi. Oh, they want me to sing? I'm really good. You start it. I can finish it, remember?
Okay, well, maybe we'll sing something at the end. Hi, Everina. I still can just not stop laughing. Hi, guys. Hey, Sinjen. How's it hanging, bro? Are you out there kicking asses and taking nameses? Delilah didn't accept your Facebook request? I'll tell her to accept it. Yeah, she probably doesn't know who you are.
Who is it?
But she'll like you a lot.
Who?
Matthew.
Oh.
Zandy also reached Sinjin. Then, after that, Jin, the INFP, chaotically minimal, also greets Sinjin. Soon after, following a long reprise, female INTP's response includes the words, "Remember that time I sucked at singing, Kim? You guys let me sing alone in the shed." This is not a shed, Brittany. This is a garage. Other than that, I do remember. Nian is oh shit, Matthew dropping his panties again. Matthew is a multiple panty dropper. He'll drop his own panties, yes, and the panties up to 12 or 13 people around him. I remember you saying your mom wasn't good for much these days, and I thought, but she still gives off good, positive vibes shortly after you released a song about mom's positive regard. She is very positive. Sometimes she gets agitated and she gets negative, but mostly she's quite positive and reinforcing and just sort of random says like positive reinforcing things that don't necessarily make a lot of sense, but
well, and we just did what we could. And that's life. And that's how it is.
It turned out great. Turned out fine. What are you talking about? I have no idea. But all right, Angantier, I just had resin bongs. Well, good. Now, I'm not saying good you had resin bongs, but I'm saying good that you took care of your THC ingestion. I'm sorry that you had to resort to resin. Female NP, 15 participants out of 22 showing in this live chat is pretty impressive, I'd say. I don't know. I don't know what the ratio of participants to people, what constitutes a good ratio or what's the norm, or I don't really have any means to analyze that data. Everybody diddle. Everybody diddle. Everybody diddle my poo. BTW, there's no such thing as too much diddle in a circle. You can't have too much diddle in a circle, though. You can have too much in your poo. Those are good participation ratios. Do people even smoke dab pens in legalized states? I mean, I don't like them. Some people do. Kids do. I mean,
your daughter does.
Delilah does, but she doesn't smoke very much. Sheila also loves that store, Abercrombie and Fitch.
It's not Abercrombie and Fitch.
I know. I was joking. Massive bone rip that communicates deeply my love for all y'all. Send that sheep deeply into your yearning hearts. My heart does yearn. What are some of the other verbs that are commonly used when the subject is my heart? Burns, yearns, calls out, aches, turns. My heart turns? Nah. What transitive verbs?
Drops. Explodes.
Drops, explode. I feel as if my heart explodes. Yeah, you could. My heart explodes. My heart drops. Is the torch necessary for proper transubstantiation? Yes, it is, Jay Kerwitz. Good question. You cannot properly transubstantiate with a regular lighter. At best, you get 10% of the transubstantiation. Oh, I'll be hilarious if she accepts your request. At Matthew. You mean it'll be hilarious? Sometimes a strong woman needs to be loved. How many women are there in this sentence? I'm not sure. Blamau, diagonal face, inward pointing triangle eyes, and orange slice mouth. Oh, Whistles, that's a beautiful statement. Can you or anyone back it up? Strong woman needs to be loved. I would say everybody needs to be loved. It's just like Morrissey says. I am human and I need to be loved, just like everybody else does. Never mind, I'm back. Okay, everybody, put away your picnic tables, put away your backpacks and stuff. Becky's back. We can't go anymore. She says we have to stay here and rake the leaves. It does the job. Hopefully get more later. Yeah. Ketchup, are you coming to the circle, Diddle? Be careful with that circle, Diddle. We were talking about diddling my poo earlier. It sounds a little bit unsanitary. Where are your loyalties? Ketchup, where do they lie? In my left shoe, says Planet Ketchup. Zandy. My favorite singer said there are only two emotions, love and fear. All good emotions come from love and all negative emotions come from fear. Do you think that's true? No. I think that there are lots of good emotions that don't come from love. It may be true that all negative emotions stem from fear to some extent. I can get good emotions from winning
debate tournaments,
from winning a computer game, from winning an online football games, and that. Those emotions are not based on love of anything except me kicking that motherfucker's ass. You know, they're good emotions. Am I seriously going to quote Morrissey? Yeah, I am seriously going to quote him because he's right. Okay, and he really stirred my puddle with his finger. Yoda throws it down. Yoda throws it down. Yoda throws it down. Matthew, hook it up. Zen Jin, you know it.
Move your mic so you can read your.
I can see everything just fine.
I cannot. Move it.
Okay, fine. Oh, Kimberly, you're so funny. All right, let's see here. Ketchup is my diddle queen.
She is.
I'm Monique Angel.
Unicorn stir stick.
My name is Monique Angel. I got 2 words for you. Number 1, ketchup is my diddle queen. Word number 2, my boyfriend is 8-ball catastrophe just the steel, yo man. Slide on, Zandy. Ha! Get him, Ketchup. Go get him, Ketchup. And getting Matthew to meet me in a place I've never been or will go seemed realistic enough as it is in my province, XD. You mean Saskatchewan? Is that where you live? The land of Sasquatch catchers? Zandy deserves more than a hotel. She deserves an Airbnb. Jesus Christ, host Derek, my apologies. Your question, your devotion, and Morrissey. Thank you, I appreciate it. Monique is my middle name, but it's pronounced Monique. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Like your Indian tribe word name. How's it spelled? How do you spell your Indian tribe? Planet Ketchup. Spell it for me. And then tell me how it supposedly is pronounced. That's called Micmac, lady. That's called Mick motherfucking Mac. M-I-K, Mick. M-A-Q, Mac. Mi'kmaq. Q does not sound like okay? Get it right. Okay. I'm part of my own Indian tribe. I just started it recently. But that doesn't make us any less native to the Americas than anybody else. I'm going to call it the Mia Piao Indian tribe. I'm the founding member of the Mia Piao Indian tribe.
Yeah.
Mia Piao. No, Becky, no, it's pronounced Mia Piao. Mia Piao. You're getting it wrong. Yeah, it's spelled SAOTWQ, but it's pronounced Mia Piao. Except I'm not a mom. Well, then you can't be a MILF. This poem, how many ENTJ males do you think are in the public eye? Seems like a lot. Probably a much higher percentage than other types. Would have no idea about guesstimating something like that.
You could ask.
Get it right, hit it tight.
That's a better question for DSP.
What's a better question for DSP?
How many ENTJs are in the public eye?
Let's see. Is that a prerequisite? I mean, like mom, Mama Beer Squad. MBS means you gotta be a chick, Becky. You gotta be a chick, and you gotta drink beer. I don't think you drink beer though. Mama Beer. Oh, Bear Squad. Bear, not beer. You gotta be a chick, and you gotta be a bear. Okay, so if you're a chick and a bear, then you can join. Maham. I come to them every time I need to make a decision. Mama Bear Squad. Should I purchase Tide or some other brand this time? I've been a Tide woman for a long time now. I'm concerned about trying anything else, but I'm also feeling adventurous today. Anybody have any laundry detergent suggestions?
I prefer Gain.
Hashtag Mama Bear Squad. Cougar status. Where are the dingle dops? I don't know. I haven't seen them in a long, long time. They used to live in my pants. And then I started pouring milk down there. And I don't know. I guess they didn't like it. Or drinking bourbon. Don't drink bourbon unless you don't have a problem with alcohol. Then go for it. Kimberly drinks. Kimberly had a couple drinks the other night at the wing place. Put two cocktails into Kimberly, and she's quite inebriated. Oh, Sheila, hush now. Your self-deprecation is not needed, young lady. If you're T-Rex, what am I? Because really, Sheila, you know what I am? I'm a suave man of indeterminate age. And that's what I have to say about that. You also can be of indeterminate age if you'd like. It's okay to be transageal. I'm transageal, so you don't have to be whatever age people say you are or you think you are or whatever. You are all underestimating the fabulous power of ketchup. I'm not underestimating the fabulous power of ketchup. I had some on my turkey burger tonight, and I talked to some yesterday which was like the dipping sauce of my mental problems. Made them delicious. The analogy breaks down a little bit, but I think you get what I'm going for here. The Tide Pod challenge with my son. Oh, I don't want to do the Tide Pod challenge. What is that? Eating it? That's ridiculous. Is Kimberly not a problem? Kimberly has no problem at all with alcohol or any substances. Like, usually she'll have exactly one drink. And that's maybe once a week, maybe. Sometimes when she goes crazy, she'll have two. And, when she needs to be helped into the house, she has really cut loose. This is like a once a year thing. She has 3. No, she's not a problem maker. I like enduring sleep paralysis. I kind of know what you're talking about, actually. There's this state of semi-wakefulness where your body is, it's like totally still, frozen. That's my duty and mine alone. Get your own damn duty, leave mine alone. Your hands will be covered in poo if you finger my duty, so that's what you shouldn't do. Don't steal my duty and don't steal my cape. Happy early birthday, Joey, the big 40. Joey Shabbat is turning 40, huh? That, you're nearing your intellectual peak. See, your intellectual peak's from 45 to 55. That's right. I'm smack dab in the middle of it. You guys are lucky. Recreation is the root of all evil and where all issues of humanity stem from. Stop entertaining yourselves. Well, I'm glad that you're here to do the valuable and important productive work that you're doing, sharing with us your disdain for entertainment. 40 is your spirit age. You've been 40 since childhood. Well, then you'll finally feel at home. There's no such thing as transracial. What? What? Are you being racist to me? Is that hate speech? Race is physical characteristics, so unless you're talking about ethnicity and not race, it's just made up. I didn't just make that up. I think I just made that up, huh? We have to do this shit again. Google, go to my channel search transracial, and look for one of the serious ones where I actually articulate the arguments. I didn't just make it up.
You just said trans angel. She's right.
What? I mean, being transracial, yes, I made up transracial. Okay. But what I didn't make up is that race is complete nonsense and arbitrary. So that I did not make up. And I have the evidence cards and shit that I read on that. So you can channel search for it.
What's your opinion of that one chick who claimed she was African American and she had that big documentary about herself? And
you mean that white chick?
Yeah.
I think she dealt with it entirely wrong. She dealt with it as though it were a real thing. That's what made it absurd. No, not trans angel. I'm not trans angel, okay? I do not transform between mortal and angel and back again. I'm trans angel, which means my age changes. Trans
angel.
Yeah, my age changes from about 1 or 2 years old. Not really. I don't usually get that young anymore. I usually stay in the youngest I get is about 7 or 8. And it goes all the way up to about 74. It varies on the day. I know. Negating some existence entirely, indeed. Why do you say I don't exist just because I'm transracial? I don't understand, Senjin. How does that negate my entire existence? Because, I exist as each of the races momentarily. So he could be saying, possibly, and maybe we need to cut him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's saying that I'm not technically transracial because there's no point at which I'm all of one race, both for 2 races. There's always a transitional fate of some sort. So it's never 100% of two races at the same time. If you meant that precisely, then I'll have to give him the point. But it's just a technicality. I'm still transracial. It's still a term we use. Just because the mechanics isn't exactly fluid like that doesn't mean we shouldn't use that term. Oh my God, that German lady. She sucks. What German lady? Bull up, says Hambone. Bone in the ham, ham in the bone. The bone, ham in it, the ham in the bone. Race being an imaginary physical characteristic. You can be as transracial as you want. Oh. Okay, well, I'm trans-timal. You are trans-timal? So time moves at different speeds? That everybody's trans-timal, though. Time moves at different speeds for everybody. It's a particularist experience, not a universalist one. We just are able to tag it with universalist constants so that we have a constant as a reference point so that it's relatively absolute for everybody. Your race runs at 60 frames per second. That's pretty good. That's pretty high definition. That's not race. What's not race? My penis? I thought you were just white, says Shamanda. Me? No. I'm in all different races. Yesterday evening, I was briefly Hawaiian. Then I was Samoan for like 5 minutes. Then I went back to French Canadian again. I don't know why I keep being French Canadian. Regardless. Yeah, transangel would mean you'd have to be desexed. That's probably why I'm not transangel. Monique, that is actually an early childhood memory of mine. Being transangel? My identity is not important. My ideas are. Bum, 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 bum. My identity is important. And my ideas are too. A ham without a bone is a boneless ham, but ham bone is not a boneless ham. No, ham is a bone and a ham. And ham bone. I'd be a man without some home. I'm ham bone.
Mine are way better than yours. Remember the one I came up with the other day? It was so good.
Something about how massively turned you a big pectoral muscles before? Some of the things that come out of your mouth, Brittany, are interesting. Let's see. My hand smells like a ham without a bone. I'm trans-typal. Nobody's trans-typal. Okay, Joe. No, you can't be trans-typal. You can be trans everything else, but you can't be trans-typal. I had a little Swedish Norwegian in me last night. Is that what your husband? I'm sure he wouldn't appreciate you calling him a little one. Wisdos is so abstract, he doesn't take physical form. So you can stop trying to push him, it won't do any good. I'm a strange person. I like to keep to myself. Well, let me tell you something, Anganty. I got some big news for you. There's nothing wrong with you, buddy. Something wrong with that thing, but nothing wrong with you. Oh, I want to read your tenderness, Becky. Ooh, I want to dip my fingers in your dampness. Let's see. Put my fingers up in there. Eric, has FI ever fucked with you in a way that you were attracted to someone completely awful and unrealistic, but unable to make sense of it enough to make it not itch your brain? Oh, well, I mean, she didn't. Courtney, I lusted after her a little bit. She was pretty loafy, but I had not one shred of like I'm in love with her or obsessed with her or anything. I just thought I'd like to bend that girl over. She just has this like kind of fuck me quality about her. So I don't think that's what Becky's talking about. Becky's talking about FI, not want to get your dick wet. Let's see. There was somebody who was bad that I was very attracted to. Not really. At least not for long. As soon as I find out that they're bad, I would be attracted to them. Or it would make me less attracted to them for sure. But it would also cause me to address that directly with them. So I don't think I've been attracted to somebody who's a bad person once it's like I've attracted to them before I know that. They may turn out to be that, but you know, she may have thought I was just white. Hey,
Linda.
well, but that wasn't FI either. That was TE. I wanted to have a kid. For let's see. I don't think Eric has a tendency to be attracted to unrealistic and awful people. Oh, you don't think that? I thought you said you did think that. My bad. I totally read that wrong. Oh, not a bad person, but bad for you function wise. Oh yeah, that's happened to me. Bad for me function wise. For sure. I mean, INFPs are very. There's something kind of electric about INFPs, but it's not good for you. Oh, you're with an INFP. Oh, that's what's happening. I forgot. See, I don't think about you as. It never occurs to me to apply my own ENTP qualities in regards to relationships exactly to you because I think you're a chick, so it's like I don't think of you as I think of the INFP as being the chick, you know. The INFP is supposed to be the chick, so you got it wrong. You got it backwards. You need to switch types with your boyfriend. Anyway, that's exactly what that is. An INFP will make you feel so the way that they look at you and the way that they love you with a greedy selfishness is it gives that love an authenticity that you don't really get in any other context, and it's addictive, and it can kind of drive you crazy too. Like you don't it activates your FI too much. It flares up, it goes down, flares up, it goes down. It's a nightmare. I mean, it's I wouldn't be able to sustain such a relationship, but I'm not you. What if their SE polar makes you miss SE? Well, you do want. I mean, you want to do shit. You want to see shit get done. You want to celebrate that thing. But you got to remember that the INFP, their experience of SE goes like this. This is what SE is. I was thinking about this earlier today, and it's an excellent example or description of it or something. When I was talking to Pastor Personality by email, he was telling me about his son, whom he suspects of being an INFP. And he says that he'll tell his son, okay, son, listen, you need to go to the dryer, you need to get your laundry out of there, you take it in your room, you fold it and put it in your drawer. And his son will, yeah, okay, I understand. And then before the kid just doesn't follow through on it any further, you know. And I think SE can, in a large way, be understood as checking things off of a list and getting that sort of juice of done, boom, boom, cool. I'm hammering this shit out. Boom, boom, boom. You know, there's that sort of state of flow you can get in sometimes. Like I got in a little bit today. I had a number of little tasks to do. I had to call the dentist. I needed to respond to these emails. I needed to go to the bank and deposit a check. I needed to, you know, so and I actually got all those little things done. It made me feel good. It made me feel like, okay, cool. I'm on top of my shit.
That's my daily life.
That's SE. That's SE. That's not SI. That's not anything else. That's SE. And so that's what INFPs and INTPs don't get. They don't get that process. They don't get into that state of being where it's like, all right, cool. Now we're hammering the shit out. Next thing, and you know, flow along in it. Let's see. SE is the most beautiful thing out there after FE. If you think SE is super beautiful, what type are you, Zandy? Are you a SI dom? Like an ISFJ, perhaps? Brittany, I have very little faith in the typings of your typing of that individual that you've identified as INTP, and I would suggest that you you conclude that your typing of him is correct with hesitancy. SE is exhausting. Shamanda, are you an INF something? INFJ, I mean? Or I guess like INTJ maybe? Are you an IDOM? That doesn't mean he was typed correctly, Brittany. Whoever typed him. It wasn't me, was it? He told you. Okay. Well, hey, Brittany. I'm 100-foot tall giant. There you go. It was me.
And didn't she also tell you she's an ENTP?
Well, but she's not telling me about herself, so she's correct here. She's saying, I'm telling you what he identified himself as, and he was typed by somebody else. So you can't say to Eric that, in fact, because I don't trust your typing ability, Brittany, that I shouldn't trust the type you indicate now. A fair enough argument. Okay, totally a fair argument. So I don't want to disagree with you on that, but I don't trust the type really of anybody who self-types or whatever, because, or I don't know, I've seen so many people be typed wrong. But of course, that's probably why a lot of people come to me, is because they've been typed wrong. What type do you think he is? I have no idea. I don't know what you're talking about. I have terrible SE. That or terrible SI or both. Well, what do you, okay, so SI is keeping track of stuff that's already happened to you. If it's both, if you really do have terrible both, then you're probably an INFJ, because that's the type who'd be most likely to think themselves having terrible both. Is there another one that would be equally so? It would be SC4, no, SI4, and then S, or ENTP or ENFP could self-identify like that. I mean, I don't really, because I've done a lot of sort of metacognition about the functions, and I recognize myself to not have terrible SE. But because it's quote unquote unconscious, ENTPs typically will self-identify as having worse SE than they do, as well everybody with their 8th slot function. Not always SE, but with their 8th slot. No F's given. Only A pluses in this class, because the only thing that matters is your self-esteem. Eric, I saw you step back, you realized you typed yourself. Oh no, I didn't make that connection. It's a good point. I mean, that would have been a very snappy retort at that moment. Now, Eric, didn't you type yourself? I say, yeah, but I was right. I mean, the point is, I'm not going to stand here and argue with you or anybody else. This is hypothetically, I'm doing the debate, right? I'm not going to stand here and argue with you or anybody else about whether or not, in general, my typings are okay and other people's aren't. The general rule of people who type themselves get it wrong a lot applies to me, or I don't want to justify why it doesn't apply to me or whatever. What I'm telling you is this. Take any single person that I've typed and the type I've given them after a formal typing and dispute it if you wish, and I will win that argument. It's the best I can do. Let's see. SE INF is both exhausting and frustrating, alternatingly and sometimes simultaneously. Huh. I find SE can be, it has a lot of inertia when sitting still. It's like it takes a lot to get it rolling. But once you get it rolling, then it rolls for a while. That's my experience with it. How long do you have to ignore someone to resolve the attraction? You don't have to ignore them. You have to direct the attraction somewhere else. Ignoring them means, I don't know. It's like trying to it's saying, let me get rid of this attraction because I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to ignore him. I'm going to ignore the idea, and then the attraction will go away, quote unquote. The attraction is at that point becomes free energy, and nature hates free energy. So you got to redirect it somewhere else. And You know, you got to find somebody who can resolve the hurt of the loss of the idea you played with in your head, in a way that you to actually not ignore, but rather forget the previous distraction, which is what you want to do. Does NI creep you guys out? No. NI feels like a scrotal stroking to me. That is to say, captivating. Eric, argue why I'm not an ESTJ like some of the vids suggested. who? I mean, it's hard for me to argue that you're not an ESTJ, because what I would argue instead is that you are an ENTP. If I were to argue that you were not an ESTJ, then what I would need to do, ideally, would be to respond directly to people's arguments who are arguing that you are an ESTJ. I'd need to negate somebody's advocacy that you are. But the people on the channel who say you are an ESTJ, they don't want to argue the point. They don't have a bunch of reasons for it. They've got a vibe. Maybe one reason that they think is determinate, but it actually isn't. And they want to assert knowledge dominance. So they make a statement, assert a bold claim about it's contrary to what's being said in the video, as though they are correcting me or you, presumably, and thereby establish that, you know, we are here. We are all here to learn from you, O Great Master, because you are the one with the assertive declarations of primacy and knowledge. Well, you just gotta either ignore that shit or say, look, either make the case, I'll negate it, or negate my case, and then I'll respond. But what you're doing is just making no more claims, so you're wasting my time. Modafinil cures the choose. That's a very good point, Shaman. Choose. Your last name is now Choose. Yes, I creep myself out. Do you put on masks and hide in the closet? Will there be a new episode of Type Police? I'm having withdrawals from the law. Yes, there will be an episode of Type Police. I have to do that. I don't know what to tell you. Things are mixed up, wacky, crazy, all over the place, filled with pineapple juice and who knows what.
Your new appointment book is filling up.
It is. I'm finding my schedule is starting to fill up. I'm getting more typings. I've also got like appointments coming up, dentist appointments and shit. But I'm having to cradle my SI with Google Calendar. ESTJ is my benefactor, so I'd be the ESTJ's beneficiary. That's true. And I think that that's a correct understanding of it, more or less, in that I found that when the relationship doesn't afford the ESTJ the opportunity to be the benefactor in some sense, then it tends to not persist, or it tends to break down. The ESTJ needs the ENTP to fit into their overall implicit frame, namely to be or have problems that need solving by the ESTJ in order for the relationship to be good. The main argument was my TE was more apparent than my TI. Well, what do they think TE is? I mean, that's the thing. What were their examples of you having TE? Do you have a video where you explain why 8th slot is helper, or can you explain it now? Sure, 17X, I can explain it right now. 8th slot is what you might call a unconscious tool function, or it's like your second function, but it's not willful. So you don't willfully do it. You're not aware consciously of what that attention exactly is. It just kind of happens. Now, the thing about it is, it always works in service of your dominant function. So, for example, I've got SE in the 8th slot. I only follow through on shit and get shit done when it serves my ideation. in conjunction with my FE, of course. Now, my ideation, it serves my FE. So in that sense, it's sub-instrumental. It's instrumental to my dominant function, which is instrumental to my third function. And as it generally plays out in people's lives, it's kind of like you're somebody who has this helper who's not very attractive and who's a little awkward, but who's actually way more efficient than you give him credit for, and it's kind of like chronically underappreciated by you, though utterly critical to the operation. Like he's always getting shit on a little bit. And that's the metaphor here. Is that's how you feel about your eighth function. You don't really naturally. Now with metacognition, it starts to change, but prior to understanding one of the attentional manners through this framework, an ENTP, for example, is going to think the kind of stuff that ESTPs are good at, like getting chicks, blah, 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 blah. I'm shitty at that stuff, and I'm resentful about them being good at it, and I feel insecure in general in this area. Okay. Now, since I know about cognitive functions, I understand, like, being good at sports and blah, blah, blah. It's a phenomenon that occurs because ESTPs have a dynamic interface with the physical field, which is to say they update attentionally at a very high rate the changes. Similarly, any engages dynamically in the metaphysical field, which is to say it updates frequently about possible ideational threads that it might go down. So the thing is, I forgot where I was going with this. I'm talking about 8th slot, I know, but I forgot where I was going with it. I got kind of lost there. Whoever that was, what was that? 17X17. What's that person's name again? X17X. Yeah. So the point is, the reason why it is a helper is because if your dominant nature is to ideate means to think more before beginning to execute. Then you can't have equally conscious some sort of nature that's up near the top that says, okay, and also execute now. Because I'm either looking to execute now in the process of executing now, or I'm thinking more about what I want to execute. NETI comes up with all the possible things that I could execute. And so necessarily, SE can only work in conjunction with it in that it's supportive to it. It says, NE says, okay, now my ideation is starting to become counterproductive. I'm ideating too much. I need to take a course. I need to start executing some shit now. Because my head can only hold so much ideation. And when it gets full, it just spins round and round what it's got in there until I get it out of me, until I manifest it in the real world. So I need SE to get that shit out and that I can free up more room for more ideation. In that sense, it's instrumental to my extroverted intuition always. As a consequence, if somebody wants me to follow through on something that I am not ideationally linked to at all, in other words, they're saying now, don't forget to pay these bills and get your hair cut and all this boring ass shit that has no ideation to it at all, then I'm going to have a big trouble following through on that stuff, because in that sense, extroverted is not effective. It's not because it doesn't serve my extroverted intuition in that context. It won't get up and move its lazy ass to do anything. That's a bit of an exaggeration. Obviously, my SE manages to get some of that shit done, or I manage to attend some of that shit. And when I am attending to that shit, it is correct to call that attentional manner extroverted sensing.
And it makes me horny.
Yeah, okay. Actually, now that answers a question I've been kind of thinking of it for a while, which is because I remember Becky the other day was talking about like a context in which she found her boyfriend attractive. Like certain contexts she finds some more attractive than others. And I was thinking, I wonder what context that would be for Kimberly. And that's what it is. And I think about it. It's when I'm cleaning and doing the dishes and stuff. I don't think she's just joking or trying to like motivate me to do that. I think that's actually true. So that's cool. I like to clean and do dishes and stuff. It's fun. Okay.
Anytime you're being domestic.
I mean, Becky, the thing is, when you get in these arguments with people, when you realize that their main argument is that TE is more apparent than your TI. If you really want to get into the debate with them, you got to ask them first and foremost right out the gate. Okay, are you willing to define your terms meaningfully? What does TE mean to you? Whether or not TE is more apparent than TI, we would need to argue about whose definition of TE is more. They don't get that far because then you're trying to have real discourse. You're not playing their FE positioning game. Post-FAP regret. Yeah, there's always a little bit of post-FAP regret. I can't believe I wasted that load on nothing. How does modafinil cure SE blues? Well, because it's kind of like without it. It's weird. It's effective, though. Do the functions have more than one function, or is it only one function but can serve different purposes? Well, I get into that whole mechanical stuff a bit in a very recent video called Which System is Best, or something like that. Too many choices. Which type system is best, where I lay out a bunch of mechanics. But I'll tell you what, philosophical thing. Let me put a doc link for you here that will answer a lot of these questions for you. And you are going to love it. I've chosen just the right font, just the right color scheme, and I've had it embroidered with your initials. You're going to say, you're so considerate. You're such a good friend. And I'll be like, I know, I am. But hey, you are too. I'll say generously.
Shh. You're just spouting off.
I mean, that's what. Look, Kim, this is like a radio show. You're not supposed to have dead air. I'm supposed to continue on with filling space with words. This isn't like a regular conversation.
Can I just do it with farts?
Yeah, sure. You're always FE policing me. I'm not going to be perfect in the FE. Give me a little slack. I'm aware of it too. I'm constantly aware of how shit plays and when I need to change course. You tend to jump the gun a little bit, in my opinion. Like I'm right, just about to do that, Kim. You step in front of me and be like,
"Hey, alrighty."
Okay, alrighty then.
Alrighty, righty.
Okay, fine then.
Tidy.
Okay, I know though.
Tidy whitey.
But Kimberly though.
But Eric.
But Kimberly though.
But Eric.
Hey, it's Kieran McAlpine. What's up, Eric? Well, Kieran McAlpine, I want to tell you something. It sounds like you debated in a different kind of league than me, because around here, novices don't ever try to do stock shit. It's like stock issues is harder to debate than counterplan or some kind of just general, especially, well, of course, I also have a lot of LDers, but even in policy, you don't need to do stock issues to run an impacts calculus, So a lot of people don't touch stock issues around here in California. Anywho, TE equals bossy. TE does not equal bossy. TE equals I'm going to see everything in the world as a problem that needs to be solved. Sometimes that expresses as bossy. Shmanda, I want an sensor to take care of my day-to-day shit. They don't do that for you. I mean, it depends what kind of sensor, I guess. But if you want that, you should go for an ESFJ. They're pretty likely to take care of a fair amount of your shit. Plan to catch up. Ooh, Matthew, getting personal. Senjan, I can be bossy, and there's not a single TE bone in my body. Sin, yes. What's up, Eric? I already told you, Kieran. There's the thing I said about debate, remember? I need a robot. I like ESTJs. I find them amusing for some reason. I find them slightly heartwarming. Well, I'll tell you about my ESTJ dad. Last time I went over there, my dad is talking about needing to find a problem to solve, right? We cooked over there, and
a week
ago we made burgers. We made burgers. Yeah, burgers, and I barbecued them on the barbecue. And when I was done, I put everything away, and I made sure everything was all cleaned up and perfect and everything, except a bush. So a small patch of leaves on the bush had died. Basically, it was brown. It was all brown, wilty, So a couple of them might be able to come back, but most of them probably are going to die. It looks like, you know, in this little patch.
10 leaves.
So my dad, you know, like, son, I need you to come look at something. I need you to see this. No, I'm like, we're using the barbecue because we're doing turkey burgers tonight. My dad's like, come on, son, come on back to the barbecue. And I'm like, I don't think I'm barbecuing. Am I barbecuing these? Or are you cooking them inside, Kim? She's like, no, I'm cooking them inside. I'm like, I'm not using the barbecue, Dad. He's like, come on. Like, what? And like then he shows me this little patch of wilty leaves from the barbecue heat. I was just like, okay. All right, Dad. My bad. You're right. That was.
And I just laughed and laughed and laughed.
Kim cackling because I'm getting scolded by my dad for wilting some leaves next to the barbecue. Now that's an ESTJ. Okay, let's see. What are you seeking? I'm seeking the orb. Oh, yes, the orb. Which orb? The orb of solvency. Solvency. Okay, type please my video on my typing of Elon Musk being EHP 17X. Do you have your put your link to your channel in the chat so I can see what it is? Eric, you are so effing right. I always run and do shit so fast so that I can get horizontal and think. Oh, not effing. You're so effing. Okay. I was thinking, I'm so effing, comma, right? That's how I read that, but thank you. So yeah, at 17X, put your channel, and if you haven't, even if you put it before, put it again. I'll do that. Maybe I'll even do that tonight because everybody wants another Type Police episode. And the speed of these live streams stresses you out. I mean, because the pitter patter, they're going from one thing to the next, and yet, I mean, you have to, I guess, be very. You can't have any allergy if you want to listen to this live stream. That's for sure. I wonder how the interaction would be between Justin Bieber and Eric.
Non-existent.
I'd be delighted to interview him and talk to him and film it. I would be absolutely stoked. I don't know. I have no idea how it would go. I can't imagine. I haven't even the slightest guess as to what I would ask or what he would say. But if you threw it together right this second, I would make it happen. It would go great, I'm sure. I think that could be said about experts together in general. What, that they have nice yellow blazers? I think I'm confused about my type because my SE comes out to play often, but sometimes it makes me feel weird. Extremely aware of my environment, space, and everyone in it, but sometimes I'm blinded by it. I'm always active, can't sit still, have to do physical activities, volleyball, dancing, gym, etc. The aesthetic of my environment greatly affects me. Does Elon Musk like Sailor Mars? I think he likes Sailor Moon. I have that too, Zandy. I call it my Pocahontas mode. That's when you have sex with Englishmen? That's your Pocahontas mode? It was like amongst a group of women in some city. I bet that's a thing where, you know. So, how was your date with Burlesby, the handsome young Brit? Well, I just admit it. I went full Pocahontas mode, girl. Woo! I wish it would happen more often, actually. Yeah, it's nice when you get the handle. It's called a burst to handle. I burst my handle. Well, you know, when you burst your handle, it can mean two things. First, that means starting a handle burst. But at the end, if you go, my handle's done burst, then you're done. So it's kind of like aloha in that regard. Welcome to live chat. Thank you, YouTube. I appreciate you welcoming me. I think that's why ENFP and INTJ friend think I'm an ESFP. Well, you might be an ESFP. If you like dancing and stuff a lot, that's not inconsistent with it, but it's not certainly not decisive. How do you determine that, female? ESFP has FI as the creative function, therefore FE is the demonstrative function. When they see excited environment due to their presence, fulfills their ego goal. So it is ENFP. So if an environment is excited due to another person, ENTP, then they will not have fulfilled the vision. Okay. Pretty sure it's an SE and INF thing. It's DSP tomorrow. That reminds me, I need to email Benjamin and see. I mean, I haven't heard anything since we confirmed the time a long time ago, but I haven't heard anything canceling it either, so I'm going to email him tonight. What would you rather have, a unicorn or a living planet? A living planet, but where would I put it? One other out of 8. That is 2 out of 8. What's 2 out of 8? I don't know. Yes, ENFJ would also want a spotlight. ENTP is its own place. The bias for ENTP. ESTP would also want spotlight and be annoyed by the NE. I'm only speaking of the relationship between ESFP and ENTP for spotlight. You're taking on more ideas. I'm attempting to think through and work through the problems. ESTP loves ENTP. Yeah, Punch Ketchup's got it right. ESTP enjoys ENTP, but it only takes so much ideating. NE is cute. Thank Engantier. I appreciate you thinking my dominant function is cute because I really am an expression of my dominant functions. That means you think I'm cute. And I appreciate your validation of my cuteness because it's a bit of an uncertain spot for me. I can be a little insecure. Sometimes I think maybe you're not that cute, Eric. Maybe you're kind of, there will be a clash. But that's not the point. Yes, that is how the ENTP learns to listen from ESTP. What? I'm confused about this. Do you think DSP is not an INTJ? Me? I think he's an ENTJ. The point is extroverts will tend to want the spotlight. I cannot remember the point anymore. You said they wouldn't get along because of the spotlight. Remember, the point was about the ESFP wanting the spotlight, and the ENTP just naturally getting it. And he makes you everything, Eric. You're all things all at once. Well, I'm not quite all things. I'm all of the things that I put in the box already. Plus maybe a couple that are in there that I can't see and therefore I'm revealed. Plus maybe a couple you can see that I can't see. So that's what I am. You said that will cause a clash. Otherwise, what was the point of writing that? I imagine extroverted intuition being a burst of glitter. It's too fabulous. It is pretty fabulous. I got to say, it's hard to do. Got a certain jazz hands quality to it that you just can't divest it of. This started about orgy dynamics. Orgy dynamics are important. Never hold an orgy unless you've got clean towels. Rule number 1. Rule number 2. Never hold an orgy unless you know who's going to be there. Rule number 3. Never hold an orgy in your hands. Way too heavy. Eric's cute like a cheeky kitten. Meow. That's the sound a cheeky kitten makes. I wonder what you would be like totally sober. Me? I am totally sober. What are you talking about? Would you rather always hate yourself but everyone loves you, or love yourself but everyone hates you? If you loved yourself truly, everybody wouldn't hate you. People would ultimately see the value of you because people appreciate those who authentically understand their own value. If you truly hated yourself, then not everybody would. Well, that's a little bit more tricky. That's more possible to happen because people can FE it. Like, I mean, well, I found this. Um, I used to pretty much hate myself a lot of the time, and that even extended beyond drinking a little bit. But affirmation from others has changed that over time. One of the things that's changed that over time, and I can say I definitely don't hate myself anymore. So I would say that if everybody loves you, that's to say you get a lot of affirmation. Now this may just be because I got FE third slot, but that ought to cure the hating yourself. No, I'm following. No, no. Okay, the ladder, the fatter, the hatter. Lamau, says Renan. Renan, thank you for saying Lamau. Wow, at philosophical thinker. Adrian B. N-E-S-E is all over the place. Hambone, I think you were right the first time, Ketchup. Brittany, everyone record an orgy by midnight tonight. Okay, you've gotten your orders. Brittany's doling out orders for you. Everyone, listen up. Record an orgy by midnight tonight. We've got to get together quick. We've received our marching orders. SC is to NE, as SI is to NI. Yes, correct. That is to say, SC is the physical action, NE is the metaphysical action, SI is the physical knowing, NI is the metaphysical knowing. Correct. Why record it when you can participate? Why not record it when you can do both? You just need a tripod. 133 minutes left. Go. 133 minutes left till what? Oh, recording your orgy timeline. Oh, it's midnight Pacific daylight time, huh? That's a little bit time zone isn't it, of you? Giant octopi orgy interferes with Occupy Wall Street protest was the headline. I'm not sure what happened. Hambone, maybe. It's pronounced ladder, but I believe it's spelled later. No, you were right the first time, Planet Ketchup. It is spelled like ladder. The other kind of ladder is spelled with two D's, and it's spelled Ladder. That's the kind of ladder that helps you climb up to the roof. Wrong, Becky. You're wrong as wrong can be. I get annoyed with INTP boyfriend's attempts at FE. I shouldn't. I feel bad. He just wants your affirmation, Shamanda. That's it. That's all he wants is your affirmation. He's got fourth slot. He wants it in a more straight ahead way than I do. Like, he'll believe any old bullshit you throw his way. Third slot FE wants it to be real, wants it to be meaningful. Fourth slot FE doesn't really care. They just want you to tell him they're smart. Just keep telling him how smart he is and how impressed you are with his intelligence, and he'll worship you. I just came back from a swing house, and you're wrong. I don't know anyone but my girl, and that was fun. A swing house?
Oh.
So they had a swing set in the backyard, and everybody took turns swinging?
I used to go to those.
Well, listen, I'm not opposed to the wonders of swinging, but for a lot of us older folk, inner ear issues make too much motion a little bit disruptive to our equilibrium. So I maybe next time go try a slide house or a bouncy house if in fact you find you have equilibrium problems going on swings for too long. Okay. Merci, that means thank you in French, and Becky is speaking French to you right now. The more you learn, heart. That doesn't make any sense. I find INTP's FE attempts more embarrassing than annoying. You probably find it incredibly eye-rolly to actually do the thing they want you to do, that you know they want you to do, because what they want is such a clumsy expression of FE itself. And while they're good enough at it to usually not say it explicitly, I'm sure INFJ Senjin can read it immediately with no fog of ignorance over his eyes. He wants to be told I'm proud of him. I don't need that at all. I'm proud of myself, so I just don't get it. Because he's got 4 slots FE, Shamanda. I mean, I want that too. I want to believe Kimberly is proud of me. And it's important to me because, well, for me, it's because I don't trust feelings. Like, I will never think I'm safe in this relationship because Kimberly loves me. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, that's not, I don't understand that as a reason why I can count on someone to be committed to me. So I have to establish in my head that there are indications that I'm valuable enough to her to retain me, you know, like, and if she says stuff that makes me feel less good, and I start to feel less secure in the relationship. And
I'm telling you though, it's only that 10-inch dick.
Kimberly, Archbishop Eric and the cognitive tactics. Do you think I'm doing tactics? I don't even think I'm doing tactics. I might figure out later that I was, but would you rather listen to music or watch a movie? Well, at the moment, watch a movie because I'm into certain movies right now, but in general, listen to music. Yeah, that's it. I know their need before they clumsy. Did I nail it? I figure I probably nailed that one. I understand INFJs pretty well because it's like I can put myself in that mindset. I can't do it really because my FE is not that honed, but you know, that kind of meaning quickness is what is typically known as intuition. So intuitive people are gonna read that the meanings like that, and I can't do it as well as you because both FE's third and NI first. So NE first. I mean, I'm just not paying that much attention to the social stuff or the cues that other people are giving. In fact, I'm often trained not to look at them because I don't want to hear cues other than their words. But I get the idea of everything in it well enough, except maybe the NI, that I can almost imagine what it's like to be reading all of those cues perfectly. To be perfectly honest, I'm quite glad. Amanda, I have never heard a less true statement in my goddamn life. The only thing that matters are your words. Your actions don't mean shit, especially to an INTP. If you care about making him happy instead of just care about how he should feel, then you will attend to him with your words and not your actions. Now, if you want to keep practicing the golden rule and say, my standard, actions are more important than words, is the standard we will both use, then that's not being a very good relationship partner. How do you like that? That was a professional style scolding. Yeah, I shitted the fuck out of you. You're still waiting on that sponsorship from the Florida brand juice. I want them to sponsor Eric because he makes it look drinkable and enjoyable. Florida's natural grapefruit juice. It is spectacularly good. Florida's natural grapefruit juice. I'm going to tag you in this video, okay? And I'm going to put a timestamp in there. And I want you to know something. I did this because I love your product because it's so good. But if you were to send me some free grapefruit juice, I'd really, really appreciate it too. And I'm making that free grapefruit juice. I'd probably just flip out if I got a free grapefruit juice in the mail. You'd probably send me a coupon, which wouldn't be nearly as cool as getting like from a refrigerated truck get delivered to actual carton. That would be cool. But listen, Florida's natural. I'm a big fan of this juice. I drink it a lot. It's better than other kinds of equivalent juices. Yes, maybe the Trader Joe's juice is a little bit better, but it's super expensive. And this is much better, much more sustainable juice and much better than other grapefruit juices at the same price. So I highly recommend Florida's natural grapefruit juice. And I'm also, yes, I'm begging you, Florida's natural grapefruit juice, for some free grapefruit juice. You know, I'm not begging, I'm sort of tit for tatting. Hey, look, I'm throwing out a bunch of praise of your brand here. You want to give me some free shit?
That'll get you free shit.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
That's where you kill it.
No, that's where I make it funny, Cam. I don't kill it. They go, oh, look, Andy's honest. Trust me, it'll work. If anybody from Florida's Natural will ever watch this video. Boy, they are a hard to contact bunch. Believe me, I spent years trying to get close to the Florida's natural people, and it's tough. Okay, so I think I'm going to wrap this up here to 2 hours, which is a hearty length of time for a live stream. And I've enjoyed it very much. Action packed. What is an action? It's the thing this has been packed with, philosophical thinker. The thing this has been packed with. So thanks for watching very much. I appreciate you all a great deal. Amber Drasher, if you're still here, tip of the hat. You're the bomb. My face got here. Well, too bad, buddy.
You snooze, you lose.
It's closing time. Last call is already gone. You can't even order one more drink. No, sir. Yeah, you can pay the cover to get in if you want $10, but we're closing in 5 minutes. You're just gonna stand there for four minutes. I'm gonna kick you right back out.
Happy birthday.
Good night, Andy. Those sideways ends are confusing me.
I want him.
She does. She wants me. Good night, Senjen. I'm gonna go get my hong pong.